So the next fight we have Khadis Ibragimov versus Roman Dolidze at 205 pounds. Khadis is from Dagestan, Russia. He's 25 years old. He's 6 feet 3 inches tall. He's 8-2 overall, and he's 0-2 in the UFC. And his opponent, Roman, is 6-0. He's Georgian. He's making his UFC debut, and he's the former WWFC champion.
Yeah, I had fun saying that one.
Yeah, I know, right?
WWFC, got to get that in there. But one with Khadis, you're going to notice that when he throws his punches, he doesn't just throw one punch. He doesn't just throw 2 punches. He doesn't just throw 3 punches. He throws punches in bunches, and he blitzes every single time he does it. He'll just throw mad combinations. He likes a good brawl.
Yeah.
If you're going to brawl with him, boom. With Dolidze, is that how you say his name?
I don't remember.
I watched a few of his fights. He has, I think, what is he, 3-3, 3 submissions, 3 knockout wins?
Yeah, he started out with 3 career submissions, and the last 3 have all been knockouts.
Yeah. He's another one of those guys that when you look at him, he's got a real thick build, looks like he's got a lot of power. And from the knockouts I watched, he was putting dudes to sleep. They weren't TKOs, they were knockouts. He carries himself, pretty well. He's like in the cage. He's kind of just slow and methodical, like I mentioned that before on some other guys. He likes to pick his shots, and he'll get in there and lay some pipe, man.
Lay some pipe? He's going to get in there and lay some pipe. He's going to fuck this dude right on TV.
You're not going to be able to stop it. So I think what you're going to see is you're just going to see Dolidze get in there, and he's going to land a big shot. I think that's what he's going for, and he's comfortable if it goes to the ground.
So I'm a little bit worried about this one here because this is his UFC debut.
Yep.
His UFC debut actually got put off for a while.
Yeah, I think this exact fight was supposed to be scheduled on April 11th.
Well, even before that, he tested positive for steroids. It was another similar situation. He admitted to the use before signing with the UFC. He had told him that, I had used it. Admitted it. You saw to reduce the discipline based on the circumstances. And now here he is finally making his UFC debut. My only problem that I have with him is given the fact that he admitted the use of the steroids, I have a feeling he was probably using them in his other 6 fights.
Probably.
Now that he's had some time off of steroids, what's going to happen there? The other thing is...
It is an interesting case.
The other thing is he's a little bit of a can crusher. Looking at some of his videos, those guys that he was fighting, they weren't the best guys in the world. You look at Khadis, though. Khadis, he is a Sambo fighter. He's a Russian combat Sambo champion. He's a European combat Sambo champion. He's the World Universal Combat Sambo champion. And he was the M1 light heavyweight champion for a little while. So there's just different levels to me. And when I look at that, what's going on with Khadis there, he's got better credentials to me. He's got 3 wins by submissions. I did realize, though, he didn't like to get hit.
No, he doesn't.
So whenever he gets touched, he kind of turns away and he looks back a little bit, or he looks for that takedown.
Yeah.
So I noticed those things there. The other problem that he has, though, is he runs into conditioning issues. As it goes later in the fight, because like you were talking about how he likes to throw like 10, 12, 20 punch combos.
Blitzes.
He just throws a crazy ton of punches at one time. It forces him to tire out later on. So that's another thing to take into consideration there. But I still think that Khadis is going to be able to take home a decision.
Yeah, we're going to find out. I mean, he's only 8-2 in the MMA. He fought a hard-fought decision loss to Ed Herman. Yep. I watched that one. That was actually a really good fight. The one I didn't see...
Ed Herman out-grappled him.
He did out-grapple him, and I'm thinking that... I don't think he wants to go to the ground with this other dude either. Roman's looked pretty good, even if you don't look at the competition.
Yeah.
Based on what you see with his skill set, with what he was doing in there, he looked really good on the ground. There's one, I think it was a heel hook submission that he had.
Yeah.
It looked like
he was on
that
top,
thing was slick.
Dropped back and pulled that.
It was slick, but I mean the loss that Khadis has to Daung Jung.
Yeah.
I did not see that one, but that was a submission loss. So, I mean, who knows?
We'll find out.
That's what happens when you get all these guys making UFC debuts. There's been so many people making debuts over the last week.